So it's all about what happens while you're driving, what kind of information you receive, how much information you can process, considering the limitation that human beings have. We all have restricted capacity in terms of processing information as we drive, and then turning this information to decisions. So we're constantly doing this, getting information and then making decisions, and then continuously doing this while we're driving. I think when there's information overload, okay, and if you're engaged in certain activities while you're driving that would take your attention away from driving, and considering that you are operating at capacity when it comes to information processing, that any time that you take off your focus on driving could actually cause you to miss information that could be critical and I think could affect because when you take your eye off the road, okay, while you're driving, for example, the major cause of distraction, for example, would be texting, and texting, of course, would require that you take your eyes off the road and look at your phone, for example, and those, even though could be it's a very short time.
A driver on their cell phone is a distracted driver, let alone a driver texting. In 2010, it is believed that 3,092 people were killed in crashes involving a distracted driver, and an estimated 416,000 were injured. 40% of all American teens say they have been in a car when the driver used a cell phone in a way that put people in danger.
So most cars that are manufactured today have the option of connecting your Bluetooth from your phone to its voice-activated system. So you just add a device.
Press OK to begin pairing a device. Search for Sync on your device and enter the PIN provided by Sync. For your safety, please stay alert to changing road conditions and use Sync's voice-activated features while your vehicle is in motion.
So you don't have to fumble with the phone or press any buttons. And then you want to download your phone book. So when you get an incoming call on the dash, you'll see who's calling you. And then everything is voice-activated, and then I can activate it just using the buttons right on the steering wheel. So for example,
phone, please say a command.
Call Tyler Daniel.
Calling Tyler Daniel.
And most of the time it's pretty accurate. You just have to speak very clearly. All right.
One would think this would help reduce accidents, but studies show it just increases the number of distracted drivers, since drivers are more likely to be on their cell phones.
Those, even though could be it's a very short time, a few seconds, but during those few seconds, you could really miss some information that's extremely important.
Ashley was not only my little sister, she was a best friend. She was very giggly. If you could get her to laugh really hard, she would even snort sometimes. It was so funny. This is the text from me that my sister was reading right before she flipped her car and was killed on impact.
Well, Mariah was bubbly and vivacious. If she came up and gave you a hug, she had to twirl you around in the process.
And Mariah didn't know a stranger. It didn't matter who she was around or who was she with. She treated them like she knew them for the longest time.
This is the text my daughter was reading when she drove into oncoming traffic.
At 60 miles per hour, for example, you take your eye off the road for 1 second, your vehicle will have actually traveled 88 feet. So during this time, which is about 4 car length. Okay, so in this case, you can imagine that you're not aware that your car actually drove that far, okay, while you're not even looking at the road. So if there's anything within this distance, then you're going to be get into an accident. So this is obviously related to distraction. That 90% of the crashes involving cars are caused by human errors, okay? And 90% of those are actually caused by problems related to the processing visual information.
Drivers who use handheld devices are 4 times more likely to get into crashes serious enough to injure themselves. Text messaging creates a crash risk 23 times worse than driving while not distracted. Sending or receiving a text takes a driver's eye from the road for an average of 4.6 seconds, the equivalent, at 55 miles an hour, of driving the length of an entire football field blind.
So we have a full-bodied car, which is in the form of a Ford Fusion. It's a passenger car and it's a full one. The only thing that's missing is the wheels under the car. But we have like the full body. When you sit in it, just acts like ordinary passenger car that you'll be driving. It's got the dashboard, it's got the radio, it's got everything, seat belts, lights and everything.
Considering more than just texting, we're considering a variety of activities that the driver will be involved in while driving, and then we will see how that will affect the driving behavior. So we're collecting data from the driving simulator using cameras. We have, I think, 4 cameras.
We have 4 cameras installed
that we can continuously record, so that they basically capture the driving behavior. So it was one focus on the face of the driver, I think,
That's
and
right.
one on the
feet, pedals.
on the pedal, to see when the driver moves his foot from the accelerator to the brakes and so forth. With all these video recording, we can do the analysis later on to find out what happened when the driver was presented with some stimulus, or when there was some distraction, how that affected the driving. And we can observe also from the vehicle, from the data that we collect, we can actually look at the coordinates of the vehicle, how much lateral movement the vehicle is deviating from the center line of the lane, which would be an indication that the driver, is not quite focused on driving. So we can use some performance measures that we get from the simulator to quantify the effect of the distraction. So that's basically what the project is about.
All right, we're on our way around Baton Rouge, just around town, to see if we can find some people actually texting and driving. So we're gonna do a little spying right now. Dustin's driving.
Jesus.
All right, I'll be your spotter.
Sounds good. Not you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You ain't doing shit. How about you? What are you doing?
Tinted windows.
What do we got? Soccer ball. I can't even see. Is there anybody even driving that thing?
Yeah. She's driving. She's paying attention.
Yeah, what's doing?
She's like,
Spotter?
man, tinted windows.
I know.
Oh, it's glare, man.
Oh, really?
Can't even see.
Let me try out the back, maybe.
Yeah, here.
If you can scoot up a little farther.
I think we're going the other way.
God, you're right. So bad glare.
Driver, somebody who's not on the ass of any other people.
Where's our 16-year-old girls?
Maybe they're actually studying.
This
I don't know.
guy in the wrecked ass Explorer, he's on the phone.
Oh. Missed it.
Anything from Chrysler.
You don't even like
except
the
for
challenge. You don't like the
Jeep Grand
challenges.
Cherokee. That's the only thing that I like.
You like the challenges?
Fuck no.
Oh.
All of that shit, dude. It's just all plastic bullshit.
Man.
And it's being sold to, like, directly to black people, which pisses me off.
I don't know. I like it. I'm black, so I'm sorry.
No, I mean, why do you think they use fucking a Jay-Z song in all their commercials? Like, I hate that.
It's just, I don't know. I like it. I'm sorry, dude. Sue me.
Nah, dude. It's,
If anyone's gonna brainwash me, I'd rather it be
I don't
Jay-Z.
like the shape of it or anything like that. Like, I like the look of it and everything, but I would never, ever, ever, ever buy one. They're
I know.
garbage. I hate it because they're garbage. Like, it's a car with all the parts made by
all
the
these
cheapest
tinted
bidder.
windows.
Like, basically, that's how.
No, it was just a dude with a.
Oh,
You mother.
And he's a clown too. He's dressed up as a clown.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He totally is.
You get it?
Yeah, but it's really creepy.